What is up, YouTube, and welcome to this Iron Fist Season 2 review. So, in between playing Spider-Man on PS4, which you can check out now, it is amazing, and we are streaming it on Twitch. Our Twitch name is Superheronexus, so go and check that out, because we do stream nightly as well. But, in between playing that amazing game, which is pretty much Arkham Spidey, I watched Iron Fist Season 2. And personally, I'll go on record and say I actually really enjoyed the first season. I thought it was a lot of fun, to be honest. I enjoyed it more than like Luke Cage Season 1, to be honest. But Luke Cage Season 2 was stunning. And sadly, Jessica Jones Season 2 was really, really boring. Which is quite similar to Iron Fist Season 2 here, where it just becomes very dull. And there's not really that much Iron Fist. And one of the criticisms I have with this show is the fact that we don't really have much Iron Fist. I think I tweeted when I first watched it that this is very much the Danny Rand and Friends TV experience. This is not an Iron Fist show. It very much feels like a backdoor pilot for the Daughters of the Dragon, which, I don't mind. But I want an Iron Fist show because a lot of people hated Danny Rand, and yes, the whole story of him coming to Kunlun and beating Davos to his birthright and really annoying Davos and kind of being that outsider, then being set inside Chinatown and all the Chinese people are the villains of the piece in this show. Yeah, that's a bit... Even me, who's nowhere near an SJW, I do feel like this is a bit odd, in my opinion. But hey-ho, that's the way the cookie crumbles. And again, I would have much preferred Danny Rand to go on the route to Kunlun and try and discover and find out what happened to the city, or try and fix the city, or anything other than being kind of just a side piece in his own TV show. And it is a real shame. So, Finn Jones here returns as the titular Iron Fist. Well, yeah, there will be spoilers in this video, by the way, but the fact that he really is a bit wooden and he never gets much chance to be funny or a wisecracking guy, yeah, it's a shame, because he was so great with Luke Cage, and in Luke Cage Season 2, he really did kind of present to Luke that he needs to be the kind of moral centre. He needs to be the hero that the city deserves, to use a very cliched term there, but he doesn't, and it's just a bit It really does feel a shame that we've got the Meacham to return again, we've got Davos again, and it very much feels like a retread of the first season, and it feels just like nothing's really gone forward. I believe that really the only good episodes are the last kind of 2 or 3, in my opinion, and it is a shame in that way that nothing much happens. And it really does have that Netflix Marvel problem of the first half of the season is just slogging through. We have like a introduction, the first 2 or 3 episodes, then it just slogs through until the last 3. Thank God this was only 10 episodes. It seems a bit too busy with the fact there are way too many plot lines going forward, because not only have we got Davos, we've got Davos and Joy Meacham, we've got the other Meacham brother as well, and this woman who the hell even cares about. We've also got Danny and his kind of quest to become better with the Iron Fist. We've got the weird kind of street urchin, the newsies there going around. And we've also got Typhoid Mary as well, who, yeah, more on that later. So we've also got, again, the Daughters of the Dragon storyline and the Order of the Crane Mother kind of thing. And yeah, but Daughters of the Dragon are the best bit of this show. We've got Misty and, of course, Colleen teaming up. We saw them team up in Luke Cage Season 2, which I personally really, really enjoyed. They were fun. They kicked ass. They're wearing the same sort of clothes and colours that they have in the comics. And they have their own comic as well. So they have their own Daughters of the Dragon comic, which I really do hope and I wish that they are next up in this show. And really, it's kind of odd. I mentioned at the start of the video that the show isn't really much about Danny. It's very much, in my opinion, more about Colleen Wing, especially with that huge revelation at the end. And it feels more like it's the Colleen Wing experience, in my opinion. Now, Davos. Davos, the Steel Serpent, the enemy of Danny Rand, and, well, he's back, and he gets his serpent sort of tattoo from the Order of the Crane, the weird sort of edgy tattooist, which exists there for, I'm not really sure why. So, I know why because of the story, but it just feels really tacked on and cheesy. And they change the way that Davos steals the Iron Fist power. He kind of cheese it out of Danny in the comics, but here they have some sort of weird tattoo ceremony, but we get to see the serpent on Davos, and he really is a wet blanket. He's boring. He isn't really a villain because he has a point. So Danny not only kind of landed there, stole his birthright, arguably, and he also left Kunlun, left it to be destroyed. So yeah, Davos actually has a point. He's done nothing wrong. He's maybe gone about things the wrong way, but in my opinion, he has claim to the throne, so to speak. And the actor is boring. He's wooden. His accent changes all the damn time. He changes to like a traditional sort of Hollywood British person, a kind of neutral British accent, to a kind of Midlands accent, and then the kid in the flashback changes, and it just doesn't feel right. And the story that he has with Danny just doesn't fit, in my opinion. It's a real shame there because it's overshadowed. If we had more of them, we focused more on their story, well, I think that'd be a lot better, in my opinion. Another villain. Is she a villain? Is Typhoid Mary, played by Alice Eve. Now, Typhoid Mary is, of course, a Daredevil villain. Now, she starts to fall in love with, or Matt Murdock starts to fall in love with her, only to find out that she has a alter ego called Typhoid. So we have there Typhoid Mary. Now, Alice Eve has been changed quite a lot. We have her in Sokovia, which you'll remember from Age of Ultron. There is a lot of military action going on in there. And we knew that it was quite an unstable country because we know that Baron Zemo was like a death squad killer as well. So we know that there was quite a lot of infighting there. It reminds me a bit of the 90s with Bosnia, Kosovo, that kind of thing. But here, she is just a military operative who has been in Sokovia. And it doesn't really fit. It doesn't really work. It feels forced. And the acting is interesting. That it's the subtle nuance of just changing the look and things like that, or kind of the way that Alice Eve kind of looks at people, treats people. There is that, or there is the sweet innocent version of Mary than Typhoid, but she has many different versions, as we found out at the end of this. So with that in mind, we know she's going to come back, but she wants to use Joy Meacham's sort of, I would say, connections. So will she then go on to meet Wilson Fisk? Is this kind of her origin? Does she meet Wilson Fisk and then she will be used to take down Daredevil? Personally, I think Alice Eve is too big of an actress not to use in the future kind of seasons. So seeing her work like that, I think would be pretty cool. And seeing her go towards her comic book origin, because they do kind of, with Patsy, with Hellcat, they took quite a long while for her to reach her comic book version. So I see where they're going with this. In my opinion, there's way too many Meachams, and Davos' story is a bit lame here, but he does want to take the Iron Fist title mantra for himself. So that, I guess, Joy is helping him because whatever. But what happened to the Crane Mother? Crane Mother was at the end of season 1, sitting there drinking the tea, smiling, while Davos and Joy are talking. So we know that the Hand aren't completely gone, although, yeah, we think they might be. Or at least Danny thinks that they might be. So I can see them returning in some way, possibly. But interestingly, we have Colleen Wing, and this is big because she is a descendant of an Iron Fist. So we know that body, that tattoo that was stolen of an Iron Fist corpse, it's not Orson, the kind of Orson character that we thought it was. Orson Randall was an Iron Fist. He was the Iron Fist in the 20s, and we've already seen him. I think we've already seen him because we saw someone kind of go around and fight in World War II. And, well, what happened was he had gun fu. So just like you saw at the end of Iron Fist Season 2, we had Danny use the gun fu with and it looked really cheesy and crap, but that's what Orson Randall did. Now, Orson Randall has a similar story to Danny. He landed in Kunlun and then became the Iron Fist. In the Immortal Iron Fist story, we have multiple Iron Fists. So I can see season 3 going towards where we have in just a legacy of Iron Fist. So we've got the Pirate Queen, Wu Al Shu. I think I pronounced that wrong, but that is the descendant, Colleen's descendant. It's interesting that she was kind of lured to the hand sort of thing when her ancestor was actually an Iron Fist, the Pirate Queen. There's a whole issue. I think it's issue 7 of the Immortal Iron Fist with Matt Fraction there. A great read as well, and you can learn more about Davos and his attack on Danny there as well. But Meacham and Danny are going around trying to learn this legacy, and I expect them to meet Orson Randall, who was actually took in his father, took in Wendell Rand, and he took him in and taught him the ways of kind of like Kunlun, that kind of thing. And while he didn't become Iron Fist, he then gave birth to, Danny. Well, he didn't, because he's a guy. But what happened next, we're going to learn exactly what happened. We'll learn more about Danny's kind of legacy, his ancestry and things like that, which I'm very, very excited about. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be a lot of fun, and we'll learn more about Colleen Wing and the line of the Iron Fist, which is personally, I think, what they should have done this season. I think that would have been a lot more interesting with Davos pursuing them across Asia, but I guess that just wasn't meant to be. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Did you enjoy Iron Fist Season 2? I know a lot of you didn't, and I think that we're going to look forward to Daredevil Season 3. And a lot of us did think that Danny would become Daredevil, but I thought that's where it would go. He would put on the Daredevil outfit because Matt Murdock is presumed dead. However, we had that post-credit scene where we saw Matt Murdock in the confessional booth with his black outfit, and we're going to get the Born Again storyline. So the iconic Born Again storyline will be Season 3 of Daredevil. Hopefully, we will see Typhoid Mary return with Bullseye as well. But that is it for this video. Please